This is video number 3 of 3. Write the equation of a line through the given point having the given slope. So here's my given point, here's my given slope. Now, if I have a slope of 0, I can still use the formula that, we've been using all along in these videos. So I'm going to go ahead, because I want it to be as similar to the others as it can be. I guess if I'm going to do it that, I should do it this way, because this is what the other one said. M is 0. All right. So I have my formula. Here's my point, here's my slope. Let me go ahead and label the point. Okay. X1, Y1. Now I'm ready to drop the numbers into the formula. That's my cat wanting in. All right. Now, this is interesting because we have a 0 here. Before we, every other time I've always had some kind of fraction there, I think is what I've been using. So I'm going to go ahead and still do all the same things. I'm going to fix any subtraction signs. I want to keep it consistent. Fix subtraction signs. Now clean it up. Now I have a 0 times x plus negative 5. All right, now remember, the distributive property is multiplication. There's that times that and that times that. If I have 0 times x, I have 0x. In other words, it's not really even there, but I can write it if I want to. 0 times negative 5 is not negative 5. It's 0. So 0 times anything is 0, but I'm going to leave the 0x there because I know that it makes it a little more similar to what you've been doing. But basically, I have nothing on the right side, just have a bunch of zeros. 0x's is not the same as 1x, okay? So just remember that. It's 0x's. 0 times x is 0. All right, but I'm leaving it there just to show you that it's okay if you want to leave it there. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the left side. I have 0x, and then 0 plus negative 1, or 0 minus 1 is negative 1. And so, again, if you really aren't sure what to do, take the 0 minus 1 and do this. 0 plus negative 1 is negative 1. Now, I'm going to leave myself a little extra space here because I want to show you what most books will do is they won't give the 0x. They're going to just say this. Y is equal to negative 1. Now, when you graph a line like that, then you're going to have a slope of 0. It's going to be y equals negative 1. It's going to be a line, a horizontal line going through the y at negative 1. And so it's not going to go through the x at all. That's why I only have a y showing. All right, there's that. Now my second example, I'm not going to give you one to try. You can just go and do these again on your own. My second example is a line going through this point, but my slope this time is undefined. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and make it more consistent. M is undefined. Okay, the slope is undefined. Here we go. Write the formula. If you think about it, how could we write the formula if what we're going to put into the M spot is a word called undefined? All right, so I want you to think about, remember, undefined is not 0, it's not a 1, it's not anything, it's 1 over 0, but we can't put the word undefined, which is what 1 over 0 is, we cannot put that into a formula. And so if you see that the slope is undefined, you can basically throw the formula out the window. We're not going to use a formula. All we need to do is know what undefined means. And if you need to, make a little sketch. Okay? This is the intuition that you can think. Negative 3, 8 is what it has to go through. Here's the point that our line has to go through, that our blue line has to go through. And it has to be undefined. And we know that undefined means that the slope is this, undefined. So if I put a line like this through that dot, through what place on the x is that passing? It's passing through negative 3. So the equation of the line is just x is negative 3. Okay? These are really the simplest equations of lines to come up with, because all we have to do, if it says it's undefined slope, is pick the x and write it equal to x. But the reason is, it is a line going through only the x-axis, which is why all we see is x. X is -3. And that's the picture of what it looks like. If you want a picture of what this one looks like, here's the picture of what it looks like. Y is -1. I told you it was a horizontal line going through, whoa, sorry about that, going through, this is the y, this is the x. It's going through the y at -1, literally. Going through just the y. This one only goes through the x. All right, that's it. That's video 3 of 3. I hope this has helped. Thanks.